Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you guys today. This is going to be an all signs reading. I am setting the intention of connecting to whoever needs to hear something the most right now. So that's the intention. As always, the reading may resonate with you, it may not. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could do that through email or form submission on my website. Let's see. We are going to be doing just my normal style of reading, 4 across, and then we're going to clarify and just see what's coming out. Okay, or 5 across, because 2 more came out. So we'll do it. We'll do 5 across, and then we'll clarify with a separate deck here. So, interesting. Okay. What I think is what's been coming through right away ever since, like, even before I sat down to film this, I've been getting, I feel like I'm connecting to a collective that feels like time is running out, because what I'm hearing is like, I literally keep hearing, I don't have time, or it's not going to happen. Like, there's this feeling of chasing after something. And I feel like the guidance that comes through right away when we're talking about, like, oh, I'm chasing after something, how my guides are even saying this to me is like, when you chase after something, it's indicative of a belief that it's not yours. Okay, so that's like the first step to the healing process of whatever's going on for you right now. Okay, is that feeling of like, if you're chasing after something, it's it's almost like you're telling on yourself. It's like that belief of, well, it's not mine. I'm chasing it. It's not in my hands. It's something I have to go after. And especially with this collective, it feels like you may be chasing something that you feel like you will never have because of that energy that's coming through. So, interesting. Let's dive into it. I feel like I don't even know if I said the correct introductions, because I feel like this channel is just coming through so strong. So let's dive in. Bottom of the deck is your challenge. We've got the Ace of Cups, the Magician, and the Tower. So exactly, this is quite literally what I was just talking about. Okay, it feels like for a lot of you guys here, whatever you are trying to manifest, whatever you're chasing after here, it's the struggle is that you feel like it's never going to manifest in your reality. Okay, we could be talking about love with the Ace of Cups. This could be a love reading. But this would be for people that are like kind of wanting to be in love, so like singles. And it feels like with that Magician and the Tower here, there's almost this feeling of, I'm trying to call it in. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the rituals. I'm doing what I need to do, but it doesn't seem to show up yet. And I feel like, in part, this does kind of feel like a love reading. In part, I feel like the collective that I'm connecting to, something I'm going to tell you, which I have been told myself. I've gotten my own guidance about this, and I am just like you. I do not like this answer. This is very much giving divine timing. This is very much giving that when this connection shows up in your life, it's going to show up when it's meant to. This is not something that you can almost like, the way my guides are saying this to me is like, you can't arm bar your way into this. This is not something you can kind of like force to happen. It's going to be organic, and it's going to happen when it happens. And I feel like that's a big part of your challenge, is that patience aspect as well. Because in this stillness, I'm hearing you guys have to work on your belief that you don't deserve it, right? Because if I'm chasing after it, if it's never finding me, there's a belief buried in there that maybe I don't deserve it, and that's why it's not showing up. Okay, so you're meant to be tackling that in this stillness right now. So let's dive in. You start with the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Some of you could be very focused on work right now. I feel like some of you guys could have strong earth energy. Like 3 out of your 5 cards are pentacles. So very strong earth and very strong water is present. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn for the earth signs. And then specifically Cancer is here for the water signs, because you have the Chariot with the Queen of Cups. Very strong Cancerian energy here as well. But it feels like with the Nine of Pentacles here and the Three of Pentacles here, oh, I think it was the mailman. Okay, sorry. I'm like, I thought I just heard my door open. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles here, I think a lot of you guys have been working really hard on establishing yourself in the workforce, in your career, in your, how you are making your money in the meantime. It feels like as you are manifesting and trying to call love in, you're like, okay, well, this is a good time to, work on myself, but I also feel like some of you guys need to ask yourself, am I devoting so much time, effort, and energy to work as avoidance? Am I hiding away because I don't want to focus on something else? It feels like some of you guys may need to interrogate your own sort of coping mechanisms here. Like, are you actually coping, or are you hiding from your own feelings? Because with the Five of Pentacles here, I feel like some of you are hiding. I feel like some of you are a little bit of a workaholics. You show up to work, and then when life overwhelms you, you're like, well, I'll just pick up another shift at work. I feel like it's this very big cycle that you have of like, oh, things aren't going well, I'll just work. I'll just keep throwing myself into my labor. And maybe you're making some good money out of it, like you may be having like a good monetary payout for this, but emotionally, I think you're just as upset as you were when you began this. Okay, Queen of Cups, feminine water energy, and then the Chariot, Cancer, card of Cancer. Chariot is victory. Queen of Cups is like emotional depth. So it feels like for a lot of you guys here, you're trying to hide away at work because you're trying to ignore the fact that you are bothered by this, that you are hurt by this. And I feel like a lot of you guys aren't really giving yourself the space to feel your emotions. You're just sort of running from them. It's like when we perform labor in response to an emotion, or we go and we work and we avoid the emotion, are we actually feeling it? Or are you running away from it? Okay, that's what this is really feeling like to me. Let's get some clarifiers rolling in. Let's see what's going on. What else can you tell me about this? The Magician again. Okay, for sure. And the Sun. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, absolutely adore this deck. Y'all can guess what theme this is. With the Sun and the Magician here, I think you guys... The way my guides are saying this to me is a bit rough. You're not facing the inherent belief that you don't deserve to be happy. That's what this is. It's like, I mean, it's multifaceted, of course, but that's what these two cards are speaking to me for. Magician is manifesting, and the Sun is happiness. So this together is a very strong, well, I'm trying to manifest to be happy, but it feels like because you're working so much, like, it's, again, an avoiding of the belief system of, okay, well, if I'm not happy right now, why am I not working towards it? Why am I hiding away at work instead of working on the happiness wound, or the deserving wound, that I don't deserve it here. Some of you also deal with internalized capitalism as well, in the regard of, well, if I want to be happy, I have to work really hard for it. Yeah, Ace of Wands. I feel like for some of you guys, there's a little bit of a lack of passion for your own life right now. It feels like you're kind of just going through the motions. You may find that you're on autopilot a lot. And some of you guys, that's also why you're sleeping so much and you're exhausted all the time. It's because there's nothing in your world that is sparking. There's no spark. There's no interest. It's just sort of like, okay, the way my guides are saying this to me is like conveyor belt. It's almost like you're just like a conveyor belt right now. You're just turning out the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And it almost kind of creates a world where you're a little bit devoid of humanity, right? That's how it feels for you right now. It's sort of like just... when my guides show me, so I hope you guys know this reference, but like the Fairly Odd Parents episode where everyone is a gray blob, that's like my symbol for exactly what we're talking about. It's a life that lacks color. Yeah, you have the Three of Pentacles, and that's what brings you right back to work. Again, Three of Pentacles. It feels like a lot of you guys, you don't want to face this. And so you just keep finding yourself again back at work, back at work, back at work. And like, this is more than just... I'm constantly working. This is like all I can see in my world right now is working. Also, this is coming through. This is kind of random. I will say it for someone who needs it. Again, preface, I am not a trained medical professional. I can only tell you what is coming through. There's a tooth infection for someone here. Um, like like I just got visceral pain. Like all of a sudden it was like, oh, someone's in like a lot of pain with their tooth. If that's you, I am begging you to go to the doctor. Okay, do not look up tarot readings about tooth pain. Okay, it's coming through, so I will address it. But if you're having tooth problems right now, you definitely need to go to a dentist. So you need to get it looked at, because I'm not picking it up. My guides are, quite frankly, they're just saying infection. So please take that for what it resonates. And like I said, if that's not you, don't take it. Okay. But then your last three cards here, let's get some clarifiers out for this combo, because this combo's this whole reading is it's a bit rough today. There's a bit in your face kind of reading. I'm going to take that. I feel like you want that one. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you guys, the way my guides are saying this to me is like you owe it to yourself to process how unhappy you are. You know, with the Seven of Pentacles here and the Three of Swords, I think you guys have sort of absorbed and eaten a lot of heartache and a lot of trauma throughout your life. Like, I feel like you've probably had, the way my guides are giving this to me is like, I've never had a break. It feels like you may have had a particularly difficult early life and into like early life, adolescence, adulthood. And now it just feels like there's always this feeling of, when is it going to get easier? When is it going to get easier? When is it going to get easier? And I feel like something that will help you start to process this, it will not make it go away, but what will help you is actually feeling the heartbreak, feeling the emotion, crying about it, taking time to rest, relax, recuperate about it, and then moving on from it, okay? It feels like some of you guys right now, it's just, there's a lot of intellectualizing of the feelings. Like, you see them and you can recognize them, and in your brain you understand them logically, but you're not sitting with them. And so there's a lot of avoidance happening because of how much you don't want to feel right now. Yeah, you've got the Nine of Wands, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. This could be a mom wound for a lot of you. Keep in mind, the mom wound does not talk about specifically a mother figure. It just talks about the divine feminine, having an issue with the maternal line, the maternal role, which is the love, compassion, receptivity. That's a mother wound. You got the Six of Swords here, you've got the Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Feels like some of you guys, like whoever was the more maternal sort of figure for you in your life was, I'm almost picking up very matter of fact, like very much like you wanted love, care, affection, and softness, and this person was sort of met you with it's a harsh word coming through, hostility. I feel like you longed for a softer parent, and you never got it. And it feels like now as an adult, you're sort of asking yourself, okay, how can I be my own softer parent? How can I give back to myself? How can I be kinder to myself? Yeah, King of Pentacles. King and Queen of Pentacles. It just feels like your parents were very... Keep in mind, when I say parents, I am not talking about a strict nuclear family. Some of us are raised by 2 moms, 2 dads. So many different family options out there, okay? But King and Queen of Pentacles is a divine couple. It's a divine pair. And it feels like you guys were probably raised by a family unit here that was, again, very... I'm picking up, like, very... I would describe this energy as almost lawyerly, like very matter of fact, very cut to the chase, very interesting word to come through, astute. I think that means like almost like, I don't want to say pompous, but like astute is like very strong regime. Like if I'm an astute student, I would think like I'm a strict student. Like I studied 9 hours a day, Yeah, and justice. I feel like this reading kind of boils down to you guys are figuring out or trying to be kinder to yourself, figuring out how to make space for yourself, how to carve out time for yourself, all of these things. And it starts with just showing yourself the love that you're looking for. You know, being kind to yourself. 8 of Cups, yeah. Walking away from cycles, things, friends, anything that makes you feel not loved, not happy, not in control. Maybe not in control. That's not the best way to put it. But like, if I'm out, let's say my friend invites me to do, I don't know, tap dancing lessons. And I go and I'm there for an hour and I'm like, wow, I fucking hate this. This is miserable. Am I voicing that? Am I saying my part? Am I saying my truth and walking away? Or am I just living in the misery? Am I just staying at the tap dancing lessons because I don't want to rock the boat? I don't want to cause a problem. And so I allow that misery to sort of take root and I don't do anything about it. Okay. Right now, it feels like where you guys are in your journeys is you're tackling things that allow misery to take root. And you're making sure that you have to make sure that you don't allow it to happen. Okay. Really finding yourself, finding what you're passionate about, finding what you're happy about. All of these things are how you start working on the parent wound. Okay. Show yourself the compassion you're looking for. All right, let's get you an oracle card. I will be using the Angelarium today. This is my favorite oracle deck so far. I use it literally all the time. It's great, and it reads us to filth. So let's get you guys. What's the advice for this collective, please? What's the advice? Thank you. Interesting. Soufflatus, Angel of Dust. Interesting. Let's find him. It's number 41 for those of you that are into numerology. Okay. Seeing this card is a reminder that we should be careful with what we willfully destroy. For everything we make, something will always need to be unmade. Unmaking with care and purpose is as important as building its replacement. This, I do believe, speaks to this collective. It is very easy to want to throw away the childhood trauma, the parent trauma, all these things, and just feel rage about it. But like that card says, processing it and getting rid of it with care and kindness and being gentle about it is so, so important. You can't just, as much as we want to, throw it out the window, forget about it, and move on. You can't. It has to be processed, and it has to be grieved, and it has to be let go of, okay? Guys, that is your collective. That is the reading for today. I'm going to leave it here. If this reading resonates with you or my reading style resonates with you, do consider liking and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. We are on the road to 200 subscribers, which is exciting. If you guys would like to interact with me on a live basis, I do go live 3 days a week on Twitch. You can find me Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. And I do also have a Discord server that you guys can join. It is a wonderful community, very uplifting, very just an all-around amazing community. It's where I post all my updates about stream and all my links. Everything you could possibly want is really there. So that is also open for you. If you would like that link, let me know in the comments. I will drop it for you, or you could stop by stream, and one of the mods is always posting it. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day, morning, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, and I will catch you in the next video. Okay? Bye.